Hey, my name's Justin. This is AI for the Masses live stream, and we're going to be continuing my ongoing project of vibe coding my indie game, The Story of Someone. Today's task is to try and clean up my fight arena movement problem that I'm having with my creature. So let me give you a quick tutorial of what the problem is and what my goal is intended to be for today. Let me change my camera view here, and you can see that I have a green circle to the left of a blue square. So this is just placeholder shapes. The green circle actually is close to what I want my slime creature specifically in my game to be utilizing for its visualization. And there's been streams in the past where I have shown how I have a slime, and I might go in and show you in my creature generating sandbox how the slime actually works if we got time. But I'm going to cut to the chase for today, being that I want this circle. I don't want to spend time dealing with the physics of the soft body that I have for that this circle is supposed to be creating. This circle is supposed to be like a slime that's sitting on the ground, and that logic for the soft body got brought over, but not everything that the slime interacts with got brought over. So it's not behaving like a slime, and I've also found that I can't make the slime move. So what I'm going to try and do is I made a visual asset, just a little placeholder piece of pixel art that, let's see if I can find where I put it. I put it in here, or yeah, give me a second. I should have brought this out. Okay, I think it might be this one. Let's see what pops up. Nope, that was just a silly little test I was doing. Probably put it in my game. I should have looked this up before I started the stream. So let's see. I think I might have found it. Come on. Okay. Well, it's somewhere. I'm gonna look for it. I thought it would have been in the folder I just pulled up. I don't know why it's not. And I got one other place to look. I'm sorry. This is all off screen here for you guys, and I apologize that you're just like looking at me look off to the side. So anyway, what I want to do, in fact, that's fine. I'm just going to have it do a placeholder green circle for now. I don't want to spend time on the stream trying to look for that image. Maybe while Gemini is processing some data, I'll click around and look for where my sprite sheet that I exported ended up. So what I want to do is I'll give you a quick demonstration here that I can move the blue square. That's supposed to be the player. So I'll move the player down, okay? And then I can move the player to the left. Okay, great. So thing is though, let's do an attack. The attack does work. The hit points for the creature went down. But one problem I have is that now it's the slime's turn, and if I do a move, so let's say moving up, nothing happens. So we want to fix that. Just so that way I can do a little bit of play testing. What I'm going to do, and for those of you who have never seen my workflow before, I'm going to take this entire code base. Actually, I don't even need the entire code base. Let's go ahead and quit out. I'm going to use my consolidate Python script, and you can't see what I'm doing. Let me go to here. Okay, and I'm going to run a file that is going to consolidate all of my code. I got to do it again because it doesn't stay in. It goes immediately to my root directory first time I run it. Okay, so now I have a file that has all of the code for my Fight Arena sandbox. And it's this file that I'm dragging over here to Gemini. So I'm going to give that code to Gemini. I'm also going to grab some of my coding rules, how I want Gemini to behave, and place that in the system instructions. And then I'm going to turn the temperature down to 0. because I don't want amazing amounts of creativity. I want it to work. All right. So I find that turning the temperature to 0 has almost completely wipes out hallucinations for the coding. It just does the most logical thing. And I'm going to describe my problem a bit first to give some context. And then I am going to describe what I wanted to change. So the fight arena sandbox is allowing me to move the player. So I'm telling it what is working. I'm giving it an example of something that is working. It's like, I'm happy with this particular feature. I want you to do that for the other guy. So allowing me to move the player as desired, but the creature is not moving at all. I'm not even going to say in the same way, just like at all. I would like to put a placeholder, or like put a placeholder logic for the creature that will simplify the methodology of moving the creature. Let's just have a simple circle represent the slime creature for now. We can, I don't know if I want to remove, should I just remove the, I kind of want to see if I can get the tentacle. So there's actually 3 creatures. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So, oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay. So, yeah, let me show you that there is actually a tentacle, and I don't think I can move the tentacle. So let's go ahead and do an attack. And let's do one more attack. I want to allow the tentacle to be able to move. I don't think this is going to work. Let's find out. Move to the right. Yeah, okay. So the tentacle's not moving. And then there's also a slime tentacle creature. Now I'm pretty sure I can't click on anything and I can't move the slime. So let's just double check that the move logic doesn't work for the slime as well. Slime okay, yeah. So maybe I want to take this even further and say like, I'm going to give Gemini a chance. So I'm a little worried. Sorry, I was thinking there for a second. I'm a little worried that my soft body logic and the movement logic for the soft body are just too complicated to be bringing over. I think I want to do what I said, what I was really saying. I'm gonna have placeholder art, and I just want to know where the creature is being told to be, and I'm trying to lock in that this fight arena sandbox code that I am making is just pure like state logic. It's just keeping track of interactions, positions, the status of when attacks and movements and defends can happen, and that kind of thing. And then that logic will be imported to the main game in order for the game to interact with. And I don't want to cross-import logic. So I think I'm going to take out all of the soft body and all the tentacle logic, and I just want to know the position. Yeah, so I'm going to try that. So I'd like to put a placeholder, put placeholder logic for the creature. Let's go for all for all three current creatures. That will simplify the methodology of moving the creature. Let's have a simple circle represent the slime for now, with a let's go with an isosceles triangle. Try to make it kind of tentacle shaped. Oh, I don't know how to spell isosceles. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Isosceles triangle for the tentacle, and a circle with an isosceles. Spell it right this time. Yeah, isosceles triangle combined. I'll let it decide. I just want to be able to visually distinguish between the two. I don't remember what this sentence was going to start, so let's just continue where we're off. So the isosceles triangle for the tentacle and a circle and isosceles triangle for combined for the tentacle slime. I want the fight sandbox to only deal with the logic of moving, of like the logic of keeping track of the status of attacks, defending, and movement. The visualization will be done by the main game after the fight arena. 1 second here. I want to check something. Okay. After the fight arena is... so the visualization will be done by the game after the fight arena exports the state of the battle. So hopefully this will make sense to the AI that this is just keeping track of pretty much raw data, positions, things like that. Later on I'm going to be adding obstacles, and those obstacles will be created by the state of the main game map, and then it basically I have a bunch of different zoomed in versions of what was going on. Okay, yeah, so you'll see what I'm talking about later, probably in a future stream. I plan on this stream to be relatively quick. So what else is there? I think that's it. I just wanted to get rid of the soft body logic and just do placeholders. This should be sufficient. Let's go ahead and see what happens. So in the meantime, like I said, I did make an asset here that I would like to find. Where did I put it? So I had drawn a new little slime guy. Let's see if I can open up my pixel art maker. This is my new pixel art maker. There was a stream that I did less than a day ago that is for this. So this is my slime pixel art project. So I made this little guy here. You know, and it's nothing that I have any reason to brag about. I just wanted to... Oh, hold on. Okay, so yeah, I thought I had saved here. Well, there it is on the... Oh, that's weird. I'm seeing it. Let me double check. Oh, it's in my building generator sandbox folder. Okay, so I'm looking in the wrong spot. Well, okay. Now at least I know where to look. Let me go grab that. So I wasn't watching closely enough at what directory I had put stuff in. All right, so I'm off on the side while Gemini is processing, like I was saying. I'm off on the side here, putting my slime. I'm gonna make an asset folder. and put my slime in there. Okay, so then in the next round, we'll see how this turns out. This first version, and then I'll ask it to replace the slime with my drawing. Of course, as an expert game developer, I understand the importance of clear architecture, placeholder logic for iterative development, and decoupling systems. Let's implement the requested changes to get your creature moving and simplify the rendering. Here are the modifications for the specified files. Battle entity. Okay, so let's find that. Let's close out. Let's make sure you guys can see what it is that I am doing here. Okay, and then let's get battle entity.cs. Okay, it's a pretty small file. Oh, or it was. Wait, I skipped past it, didn't I? I had a screen jump that I wasn't expecting. It's fine. I'll scroll to the bottom of this and see which file this ends up being. I think it's probably game sandbox. This is sandbox renderer. Okay. All right, that's fine. I'll do. Oh wait, sandbox renderer is next. Yeah, this was sandbox game, wasn't it? Yep. Okay. So do that, and then let me get sandbox renderer copied in, and then I'll go back up and get the battle entity. Should be pretty easy. Skip all the way back to the top again. And there it is. Okay, what is this description here? This file requires several changes. I'll update battle entity instantiation for the player to include the new creature type. Create new creature to assign correct creature type when creating a new creature battle entity. Remove the call. Yeah, okay. I mean, this feels right. All right, so let's go ahead and run. Let's see if we get... Okay, so we got a circle. I think I would have preferred green, but that's okay. Okay, let me attack. Then, let's try to move that slime. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Who said to move on your own? Okay, hold on. Do I already have an AI? I already have an AI. Creature performs... Wait a second. Seriously, is the creature just gonna do its own thing? I need to ask. Wait, is there already a basic AI to this thing? All right. I'm gonna go down. Let's see if the creature... Okay, what did it perform? Well, Gemini decided to put its own AI logic into here. So hold on. All right. It looks like the slime is already playing on its own. Could you explain the logic for the AI of the slime? I mean, I'm just assuming that you already put AI code in here, and I'm not paying close enough attention, and here we go. We're already have a basic AI running on the slime, and if that's fine, because that allows me to just start giving it rules for the AI, basically, I guess you would say I have a state machine ready to go, and I can just add more capabilities to the state machine of the AI of the slime. Hey, I see someone joined. If you got any questions on what I'm working on, I haven't been streaming too long, and I can give you a quick tutorial. But in general, I'm working on an indie game, and it's a personal challenge of mine that I want to do this with pure vibe coding. So I'm not writing any of the code, but it is a very complex project. And maybe this is as anything, my buddy Aaron. But if not, stick around. Feel free to ask me any follow-up questions on anything you might be interested in. The game is still in a very simple state visually. All right, so let's see here. So I'd happy to explain the logic for the creature's AI. The behavior you're seeing is driven by a simple deterministic set of rules located in the handle creature turn method within sandbox game.cs. The goal of this AI is to always try to close the distance to the player and attack when possible. Okay, all right. Here's a step-by-step breakdown of its decision-making process each time a turn comes up. First thing the AI does is identify its target by searching the list of all entities for one designated as the player. You know, this is kind of neat. I already have an opportunity to do some play testing. I think I want to change the hit point status. I also need to make it where when a fight, when one of us reaches hit point of 0, perhaps for the creature, it'll just spawn another creature. Maybe I could do waves to kind of help figure out game balance, where I could have it where there's one slime and then there's just 2 slimes and then 3 slimes and 4 slimes and so on. Or maybe have them level up. I also have to do balancing for experience points and leveling on the player, things like that. And I need to decide what my minimum stats are going to be for the player and then how the scaling of weapons is going to work. All very complicated things. So first it finds a target. Is it doing what kind of a search algorithm? A target by searching a list of all entities for one designated as the player. If no player is found, its turn ends immediately. It ends its turn immediately. Interesting. Check the proximity for attack. The AI calculates the distance to the player on the grid. You know, I want to make it where if it can see that the player is going to attack, the way my defense works is, I'm going to have to like talk this out even to the AI, that if it can see that if it defends, that the defense would happen during the time that the player has the opportunity to attack, that it'll choose defend maybe 50% of the time or something. I think I've created a way for this game to be set up where the tactics are hopefully going to be pretty interesting. So check proximity for an attack. The AI calculates the distance of the player on the grid, specifically number of tiles away, horizontally and vertically. So I never really saw that there's any distance limitations to my attacks, which I want to fix. I would also like to have a direction for the attack or some sort of highlight for the attack. Like if you can attack, then which enemy would you want to attack? So I'm going to have to slowly build up this logic. Before moving, the AI checks if the calculated target tile is a valid place to go. Okay, handle being blocked if the most direct path is blocked. Yeah, okay, all right. So yeah, there's I do plan on having like obstacles like rocks and pits and maybe like spikes or poison. I do want to have the ability to push or to freeze and things like that. So slowly but surely, I'm going to add in a bunch of different logic. I do need to be careful that I add in the logic in the correct places in the game. So I haven't quite nailed down like where in the code base I want the different layers of logic for the battle to be. Do I want to cast spells and debuffs from the fight arena sandbox? I think so. And then the outcome is just a skin is just slapped on top in the main game based on what happens, I think is how I want to do this. And I might have a conversation with Gemini, show it my code, and just be like, hey, I want to add all these features. Like how should I segregate and organize all this logic? So, okay, I was surprised that the creature would fight on its own. I don't mind that. I think it might be fun to have oh yes, that's the next thing I'm going to do. I would like to be able to toggle on and off the creature playing in AI mode and a debug mode where I can control the creature manually. Can we put that toggle in the config file and set the default to AI mode? Okay, so in the sandbox config, hopefully is what it's gonna change. I want to be able to turn on AI mode, and then the main code base for the Fight Arena sandbox will then play on the creature's behalf for me. All right, excellent idea. Adding a configuration-driven toggle for AI control is a great way to facilitate debugging and testing. This follows best practices by keeping configuration separate from the game logic. Okay, so sandboxconfig.cs. All right, small file. Let me go ahead and copy that over. And then, oh, it got even smaller. Interesting. And then the JSON version. Yeah, okay, so that's up here. Sandbox config.json. And I just got a whole lot longer. Yeah, wait a second. Like, it should have been... something is up. Yeah, Google... or Gemini is adding in... yeah, JSON commenting is not like this. I gotta take that out. Okay. And then... what's next? I find it to be very strange that it didn't have... am I in the... oh, I'm copying the wrong one. That's why. I need to minimize that. Okay. Back up a lot. Same here. This is not the right... that's why the file size was so different and so surprising to me. Okay. Creature Sandbox is not where I'm at. I am modifying Fight Arena Sandbox. So, this sandbox config is the one I want. Yeah. And I knew that the code being that much shorter was strange. Oops, that was the JSON. That's okay. I'll just do the JSON version. And then I'll come up here to the CS version. All right, I'll get myself back on track here in just a second. Okay, config manager. And then sandbox game, which this is a big file. Probably the last file to update. Yep. Okay, now that I got myself back on track, let's see what happens. Okay, so I am curious about the config file. So my JSON config, yeah, this is not supposed to be here. So let me get rid of that. And then did it give me a problem? It didn't complain that I had, oh, error loading the config sandbox. Yeah, okay. I thought so. Let me try now. Okay, now we're good. So my config, creature control mode AI. And how do I toggle that on and off? I don't see a way. So let's go back up to the text. I just want it to be a true or false, like a Boolean. I don't want it to be, I have to like type in a word. Okay. To ensure JSON string AI or manual is correctly converted, I'll update the JSON serial. Yeah, why are we having to type AI or manual? Okay. It's set to AI by default as you requested. You can change this to manual to take control of the creature. No, I just want a true or false. All right. That's just weird. In the JSON, could we have the mode toggled by a Boolean state instead of typing AI or manual? Yeah, that's just too annoying. It's the first time I've had to do something so specific like that. Like, you can type this word. All right. Now, I am far away. I want that my player right now only has a melee weapons. So when I attack, you can see in the creature's hit points that it's actually going to hit. So the first thing that I want to add tactics-wise is that you have to be like the first one to move over and then hit. I also want to dramatically, I'm going to do this after I paste in the new JSON file. I want to dramatically reduce the hit points. I want the battle to be able to end relatively quickly. Okay, so here's the JSON. Yep, there's a true for something called is creature AI enabled. I like that a whole lot more. Okay, so let's go ahead and paste that in. And then the sandbox config file is now going to accept a different parameter. So let's go ahead and paste that in as well, and then config manager. So it's probably like a small change in all of these files. Unfortunately, I'm having it like print out the entire file just to probably like change like one line. But oops, and then sandbox game. All right. Now, before I start up again, you just keep putting that comment in the JSON. That's just weird. All right. I want to reduce. I'm going to reduce the hit points. Let's make the player's hit points. Let's make it 15. I want the attack to be. Well, let's see. If I'm going to have the creature, let's have the creature be 10. The attack is going to be 5. So there's a possibility of blocking the attack. I don't want the speed to be like super much higher, but I also don't want it to be slow and take a long time for testing reasons. So I'm going to make the slime be slightly slower. I want the slime's defense to potentially block my entire attack. And then I'm going to have its attack be 3. So I will potentially block its entire attack as well. But I have more hit points and a stronger attack. It has less hit points and a weaker attack. Let's see how this works. And it's slightly slower. So now I'm going to save that JSON. I'm going to give that new adjusted JSON file to my to Gemini, so that way it can see the changes that I made, and hopefully it will stop putting that comment in there too. And it will always give me the file with the new enemy stats, or just the stats of everything. And now I'm going to make it where the attack is melee only and only adjacent. So the current attack that we have for both opponents is a short range melee attack. I only want the attack to be successful if the opponent is positioned in an adjacent tile to the attacker. this applies to both the player and the creature. For now, I'm just going to have one attack type. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's just go with that. And then I can test it. I'll try attacking. Let's see how the AI interprets an attack that is where there's no opponent in an adjacent tile. I want the attack to happen and just fail and do nothing. I don't want to prevent the option of an attack. I think, I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out. Do the majority of players, when it comes to turn-based RPGs, or like tactic-style RPGs, do they prefer that you can attack an empty tile, and if you just make a mistake, oh well? Or do you like it when the game kind of says like, oh, well, there's nothing there? I kind of like it when there's a chance to attack an empty tile, when that means that there could be a reason why you might attack an empty tile. One example could be that maybe your attack takes time to charge, and you know that you can push an enemy onto that tile while the other attack is standing by to happen. Things like that. So, like you can push it onto a tile from another player or something. Of course, a melee attack should only connect to the targets within reach. I will add the adjacency check. Okay. When an attack is attempted on a target tile that is not in an adjacent tile, the game will now print an out-of-range message to the console. The attacker will not lose their turn, allowing them to choose a different action like moving. Okay, I'm okay with that for now. I will decide later if I want to make it where it's just a failed attack, a miss. I'm not annoyed with it rejecting me. Probably that'll help me out with testing right now. All right. So let's go and check out what that does. Okay, so hit points are a lot lower. I'm going to move. Oh, I need to click on this. Move. Okay. All right, now I can attack and hit for 2. No, it hit for 3. Okay, I got hit. So I think I can defend. And now I only got hit for 1 because I blocked 75%. Cool. All right. And now I can attack. Now there's only 4 hit points left on the creature. And the creature's going to attack me before... Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay, so the math worked out that I got to make the move just before the creature attacked me. So I'm going to do the smart thing. I'm going to defend again. So I blocked 1 point of damage. So the slime, I don't know. Oh, you guys can't really see. So I have in my terminal output down here the status of the game. Terminal is definitely harder to see. I should probably zoom in on that for you. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Zooming in. Okay, yeah, that's more fun. Okay, so you should be able to see a little bit better what's going on in the terminal, this mode, this view. And so I have a percentage chance, or I have a percentage chance of landing a certain percentage of your attack, if that makes sense. And then I have a percentage chance of defending a certain percentage of the attack coming at you when you're in defend mode. And it's reasonably simple right now, and I do want to scale it in a little bit more continuous amount as skills improve. I want to have like a luck stat that will increase the percentage chance of a better outcome for your attacks. and defends and stuff, but I don't want it to be like big changes. Like maybe it adds like 0.5% and shifts the percentages in very small increments. But if you get like 100% luck, then you're gonna land a perfect attack every single time, 100% of the time, and also defend, things like that. It also improves like how much money you get and stuff. So, but that's later. So I'm at the player turn. I want to attack. All right. Oh, okay. So the slime is dead. So the slime is still playing as if it's alive. So let's go ahead and let's make basically waves. All right. This is good. And then I would like, let's see here. Sorry, I'm adjusting something on my desk. So this is good. I would like to have an outcome for the creature being killed. When the creature reaches 0 HP, let's let the creature be out of the game for how many speed points? Let's go for 10 speed point increments. The creature is removed from the game. We will spawn a new creature but will wait for 10 speed points before the spawn. Let's create an endless wave scenario for the creature or for the fight. Gotta be consistent for the fight arena sandbox. Should I have 2 slimes? Let's make this hard. After every completion of killing all the currently placed slime or currently placed creatures, because this could be tentacles too, creatures, a new creature will spawn with 1 extra individual added to each round of spawning. But I am having a hard time typing today. Let's clean this up. For example, after the first creature is killed, 2 new creatures will spawn. After those 2 are both killed, 3 creatures will spawn. Okay, so, and then, of course, I have to think about like how will the player heal, that kind of stuff. But let's see what happens. Let's see how long I can stay alive with no healing ability, just fighting the creatures one after another, and there being more and more. One other thing I could add is, okay, in the config file, I want to be able to set the number of initial creatures for the first wave. Yeah, so I could also see, like, can I survive 3 slimes? Can I survive 4 if it was the first battle? Okay, hopefully that makes sense. That makes sense to the AI. I should also, maybe it will understand that I want the player to be able to lose as well. But we'll see how it interprets that. One thing at a time. I guess I could have been playing a little bit more while we were waiting. So if let's see, what other tactics could I do? So if I just do a move forward, then the slime will have to move. Okay. And then if I defend, I could attack, but if I defend, it only hit me for 1. Now if I do an attack, I hit it for 5. I got a full attack. Okay, so now, oh, did it just attack me? I looked away for a second. I was watching to see if the AI was processing, which it is. I'll let it finish. Let's keep playing here. So if I now attack, will I successfully? Okay, it's gonna attack me. Yeah, this is actually kind of fun. Okay, I'm definitely going to attack. Okay, now it's technically dead. All right, let's make the changes. So the JSON. Let's see. So stop putting the comments in. Okay, initial creature count 1. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and change that to 2 just to make sure it works. And then sandbox config. Okay, and then sandbox game. And that should be it. Maybe no, there shouldn't be anything to render. All right. Let's see if 2 slimes end up spawning. I forgot to say that I always wanted the slimes to spawn from like the edge of the map. Ooh, they're triangles. What? Wait a second. Interesting. Okay. All right. This is actually very interesting. The stats. I need to make the window bigger. Oh, can I? I don't. I think I'll just stretch everything. It just stretches. I'm definitely going to. Let's go ahead and do that now. Let's see. I think it's sandbox config. Well, the tile size is 64, but I want to control the window size. That might be UI controller, possibly. No. Sandbox game might have the window size at the very top. No, that would be maybe sandbox config. No. All right, I'll ask the AI where I put the window size. Let's just keep going here. So let's try this out. I mean, we can see, but as we get to 3 creatures, I won't be able to see the stats. So I'll get cut off. I can't see the load bar. No. Yeah, let's go ahead and change the window. Where in the code do I change the window? Sorry, I should have said window size. Oh, I didn't press enter. Oops. Okay, well, there's the width. Yeah, I'm surprised it's not the sandbox config. Am I just not... No, that's it. That's the whole thing. I mean, the grid width and the grid height is not what I'm talking about. I want the window size. So... Of course... Yeah, I made a mistake. I meant to say the window. Okay, hold on. So the window is directly linked to the number of tiles in the grid times the tile size. Okay. I would like to decouple the window size from the grid dimensions. The creature stats in the UI go outside the window bounds, and I can't keep track of the battle. I need to make the window bigger. Alright. A little bit of a speed bump here from getting down to the testing. Yeah, if it wasn't for this bar bleeding off the edge. But let me go ahead and do my attack. Let's play while it's doing its thing. Oh, who am I attacking? Like, how do we know? Alright, so I'm going to defend. Okay, so... Yeah, you're just kind of attacking whoever. So I need to select. I need to be able to select where I'm attacking. And I think I'll do a combination of there being a yellow highlight that only selects over the creatures, or I can click with the mouse. No, I'm just going to use the numpad. Okay. Alright, so config JSON is now going to have the window size. And then sandbox config. Yep, needs the control over that. Oh, whoa, slow down. See these small files. Gemini is definitely a little bit choppy with the scrolling. So it's got like some weight to it. And small files will just leap past the screen. Alright. So if I'm able to stop putting this in the file. Hold on a second. I wanna say, please stop putting this line in the sandbox config.json file from now on. Okay. And then I'll just say, like, it is creating errors. Also, let's go ahead and put in the selecting enemies. Now that I can fight more than one enemy at a time, I need the ability to select between valid attackable enemies. So I don't want to just be able to select any enemy on the screen. I want to be able to select an enemy that is able to be attacked given the situation. So I do plan on having attacks that can go across 2 squares or 3 squares in range. Right now I'm just doing square adjacent attacks. So let's test being able to select enemies based on whether or not they're in range. And then as I add in... Oh, interesting. I hope I'm not getting a feedback in the stream. It'll be unfortunate to find out that that's the case. But I kind of heard myself there. Anyway. Oh, I know what's going on. Okay. So hopefully that wasn't an annoying thing that I just discovered that was happening, and if it was, well then hopefully it's gone now. So what was I talking about? So I want to be able to select enemies only if they are within a valid range is I think what I was talking about. All right. To select an enemy to attack, place a yellow square on a valid tile containing an enemy, and allow the numpad keys to move the yellow getting tired, having a hard time typing, highlight to another valid tile. Yeah, this will be tricky because do I want to be able to move that square anywhere, or do I just want to be able to cycle around to various enemies? Let's see how it interprets. I don't think I am forgetting anything else. I think that was it. Go. All right, and this might be the last thing I do in this stream. And on the next one, I will probably play around with some more play testing, or you know what? I might throw an enemy into the main game and test connecting the battle arena before I go too far with this. Connect the battle arena to the main game. So that way I can feel more confident that I can just keep adding things to the main game or to the battle arena, and it will translate over to the main game seamlessly. Yeah, I think that's what will happen in the next stream. So let's just see how this goes. And on the next stream also I might take some time to play around with actually having, well, let's see here. Let's actually try to kill these slimes. So if I attack, okay, so I killed one, but I'm almost about to die. I'm dead. Let's see what happens if I just keep attacking, since dying doesn't seem to matter. I'm out. Like it just I technically don't exist. I am not allowed to make a move, and the slime has nothing to attack. Okay, so that wasn't actually I'm not mad about that. There was just no visual feedback. Okay, here's the JSON file. And then just sandbox game. Okay. Oh, I see what it did. It was just giving me the version of the JSON file without the line at the top. Still producing. Oh, sandbox renderer is getting touched now. Okay. So let's go ahead and do sandbox game. And then sandbox renderer. And that looks like that's it. Okay. Interesting. So that must be where the highlight square is ending up. Okay, the window's a lot bigger too. I like that a lot. All right, so let's move. That's right. I only have one guy now. I'm going to defend. And then let's see if I can survive. Okay, cool. How do I, oh, confirm. Okay, all right, cool. I press A again to do the attack. I like that. Oh, I'm going to get attacked. Did I get attacked? Creature performs attack on player. Oh, it missed. There's a small percentage chance of a full miss. Wow, I got lucky on that one. Well, then I'm just attacking. I only hit for 2. Okay, I'm definitely defending. Did I? Oh, I deflected all of it. Well, I'm getting really lucky on this one. Okay, next. Wait, well, okay, I don't need you to count down seconds. I want my actual speed meter to to grow while it's happening. Okay. Oh, look at that. They're tentacle slimes now. All right. This is cool. Okay, so I am going to defend. One moved. Ooh, okay. Boy. All right, and then I wish I can't. Okay, so it looks like I'm just pressing left and right, up and down, and stuff doesn't do anything. Cool. I'm not upset about that either. I don't know which creature I'm attacking, so definitely have to write some notes down that like highlight the creature name during attack selection. And then what was the other thing? There was something else. There's something else that came up, and I've already forgotten what it was. Oh, that's right. Speed meter should grow between waves. All right. Yeah. So I'll have to figure out how to interpret, the 10 seconds versus how quickly the speed meter actually grows based on speed stat and how the coding logic works. That's why I was hoping to be like, 10 speed points or something, but yeah, it didn't interpret it the way I was intending. I am gonna go ahead and attack. Okay, so I'm attacking creature 2. Oh, they are attacking me. I am getting lucky that they are missing-ish. I mean, they're not getting full attacks on me. I don't know. I gotta double check. How well can you guys? You guys can't even see, can you? Can't see the terminal. My window got so big. Let me shrink this down. You can't see the stats or anything. You're missing out on all the fun. In fact, how should I do this? Okay. I don't know if that's big enough for you guys to see. I probably don't need the window for the game to be super, super big. But anyway, let's keep going here. Is it my turn? It's my turn. Should I just attack? I have a chance of killing that other guy. Oh. Okay. I killed one. Good. Oh, I'm hurting. I'm hurting bad. I've never tried moving away to see if there's a tactic for kind of backing up. I'm just going Hail Mary here. Oh, I full on missed. I'm so dead. So dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay. It's getting borderline kind of fun. I mean, I have to add more aspects to the game, like some obstacles and different attack types, and I'll eventually have like area of effect type of things like spells and stuff. But we're off to a good start. So I appreciate your attention. You know, feel free to leave comments on things that you might suggest. And this is a work in progress. I hope to make this to be a really fun game, but I'm still working on the bones of this game. So my name is Justin. This is AI for the Masses. You are watching the creation of my indie game,